Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio, and today we've got very unexpected news. There was a question hanging over. It's a question that's been hanging over for a while, because it's something that didn't really make any sense at all. And we've now got our answer. And it is something that we thought it could be, and something that I suggested it could be, but it doesn't really make any sense. Okay, maybe I should explain this a little bit more. You see, I told you that both the premium tournament collections for both Cyrus and Klara are coming. We know they're coming, we've seen listings for them, they're coming. We've seen all of the information. It's lovely. What's weird about this was that we didn't actually have any Klara. There was no Klara that we were going to be getting. There was no Klara to get. Well, it turns out we're actually getting a brand new FullArt Klara in this set. And believe me when I tell you, this is a very, very big deal. And the reason this is a very, very big deal is because Japan aren't getting this card. Now, let me clarify what I mean when I say Japan aren't getting this card. I am not saying as a 100% guarantee that this card will never be released in Japan. I am not saying that, let's be perfectly clear. What I am, however, saying is that Japan have finished with Sword and Shield. This is a Sword and Shield card, and Japan have finished with Sword and Shield. They have released Pokemon Scarlet and Violet EX. They have officially revealed Triple Beat, which is going to be the next set, which is coming along. That is the Scarlet and Violet 1A. It's kind of a big deal. They've done promo packs, like the promo pack that brought us Cloth EX. And basically what we've got here are a bunch of Scarlet and Violet characters and Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet designed cards released in Scarlet and Violet sets and promo packs. Sword and Shield is over. So what's going on with this Klara? And we saw a similar kind of thing with Boss's Orders, because remember, these premium tournament collections are being released as a double set. There is a Klara and there is a Cyrus. And when the Cyrus was initially revealed, we had Boss's Orders Cyrus, a new full art drawn by the wonderful Mitsuhiro Arita, one of the best artists working in the Pokemon TCG, who's been doing this since the very beginning. And I mean the very beginning. Base set Pikachu and base set Charizard. Yeah, they're pretty big cards. They're Arita. Arita did those cards. So when I say one of the most important artists around, one of the best artists around, one of the longest serving artists around, I mean that very sincerely. And this was, for a little while, a little bit confusing. But we learned about V-Star Universe, and we knew what V-Star Universe was going to be, and we knew that V-Star Universe was going to have a bunch of reprints, a bunch of new versions of old cards, so to speak. So we heard about that, and we went, oh, well, Cyrus is blatantly going to be in V-Star Universe then, isn't it? And yes, Cyrus is going to be in V-Star Universe. Cyrus was in V-Star Universe. That makes perfect sense. That is exactly what we were expecting. The thing is, if we had known about this artwork of Klara a few months ago, because bearing in mind, we saw the Cyrus a few months ago, so it would make sense we might have seen the Klara. And if we'd known about that Klara a little while ago, we'd have gone, oh, well, that's going to be in V-Star Universe then, isn't it? Obviously, that's going to be in V-Star Universe. I would have made that prediction, and a whole bunch of other people would have made that prediction. And incidentally, that would have been a good prediction to make. Remember, it's a point I've made many times in these videos. Good predictions can be wrong, and bad predictions can be right. Predicting that this Klara would have featured in V-Star Universe would have been a good prediction. It would have been wrong, but it would have been a good prediction. So it's not in V-Star universe. So where does this Klara come in as a Japanese card? And the answer I've got for you basically is, I honestly don't see where this comes in. I don't see where you would get this. Japan have moved on, ladies and gentlemen. Japan have moved long on from Sword and Shield. They are well into Scarlet and Violet. Like I said, their second set is being revealed as we talk. And like literally the other day, I showed you the Miraidon and Koraidon promos that we're getting in the Elite Trainer boxes that Japan are getting in these tournaments. They are Scarlet and Violet promos 48 and 49. Now, to be fair, there is a set of basic energy in there, admittedly, which does pad the numbers. But my point is that they've not done a couple of these. We've not seen a couple of Scarlet and Violet promos in Japan. The next promo we see is going to be promo number 50. Unless I suppose they show them out of order, which they could, but that would be weird. So yeah, that doesn't make a huge amount of sense to me. The idea that we would go and do Sword and Shield promos in Japan right now doesn't actually make any sense, because we're like 50 promos in to the Scarlet and Violet promos. And they're not going to put a Sword and Shield card in a Scarlet and Violet set. That's not what they do. That makes no sense. That's not happening. So what we're left with instead is the idea of it as a promo, but like I've just said to you, that doesn't make much sense either. And we're not talking about some generic trainer class here. We're talking about Klara, one of the main new characters from the DLC. Klara, who had a box along with Avery with a whole bunch of stuff to celebrate one of the sets over in Japan at one point. This is a fairly recognizable, proper Sword and Shield character. So releasing it as a card when the TCG is clearly in full Scarlet and Violet mode, that makes no sense. Again, just to be 100% clear, I am not saying that we are not getting this as a card in Japan. I can't say that. I can't see the future. What I absolutely am saying, however, is that it makes absolutely no sense for this to come out in Japan, and if it is coming, I have no idea where it's coming. Now, in terms of a card, it is an alternate art, let's be clear. It is a card we've seen before, and functionally at least, it is identical. We saw the full art of Klara in Chilling Reign, and for what it's worth, there was a rainbow rare that was the same, like same card but rainbow rather than full art, and it's that one. And it's actually a really good card. It is a card, it's not seeing as much play as it used to, but it's still a very good card that sees a whole bunch of play. And basically what we've got here is you can pick up to 2 Pokemon from your discard pile into your hand, and up to 2 basic energy from your discard pile into your hand, and you can just get energy, or you can just get Pokemon, or you can go for the pair. It's up to you. It is your supporter for the turn, and it's not drawing cards per se, but it is still great for recovery, and a lot of the time you don't need to draw cards, and you can always get a Pokemon that draws cards if you're absolutely desperate to draw cards. Good card, seen a bunch of play. The fact that we're getting a full art version of it is weird, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very weird. Of course, when it comes to your premium tournament collections, it's the same thing. We've seen a few of these, and this is exactly what we expect at this stage. You're getting yourself your full art supporter. You're getting 3 additional foil supporters. Now, my prediction has long been that we're just getting foil versions of the regular Chilling Reign card, because there is no other Klara we're waiting for out of Japan. And I know that was the case with the full art. And I know that we end up getting, it seems, a proper new full art. But remember, we've already seen just the regular version of the card being printed as holos. We saw that in the Juniper Premium Tournament Collection. So even though we are getting a new full art, I still think we are most certainly not getting new regular foils. We'll have to wait and see. 65 sleeves featuring Cyrus or Klara. A sturdy deck box featuring Cyrus or Klara. A large metallic coin featuring Cyrus or Klara. And annoyingly, we haven't seen the Cyrus coin, but we have seen the Klara coin. Don't know why, that's just a little bit weird. And then like 7 booster packs. Oh, and dice. The dice are kind of cool. So it's a premium tournament collection, the likes of which we've seen before. But I cannot stress enough how weird it is that we are getting a new FullArt Klara here, because Japan most certainly have not had this card, and as I've explained to you in this video, if they are getting it, I don't know where, it makes no sense, that's just weird. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that's where we are. That's what we're getting. These are out on the 24th of March, so there's not much more time we need to be waiting. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this new Klara. Do you prefer it to the old FullArt? For what it's worth, I absolutely do. And are you going to be picking up these premium tournament collections? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel. You can get some bonus podcasts, answer all of your questions, join a Discord and chat with us about Pokemon or anything else that takes your fancy, and get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely UberMX, who's been a supporter of ours for a long time now and is a very lovely person. So thank you very much for the support and for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross and you've been watching PTCG Radio.